All right, we are here with part 3, and we are going to do the final stage Pokemon plus variants. And this is going to be the final part of our tier list series. Of course, I'm here with Sam and Anthony. Anthony Gonzalez, aka Antox, and Sam Reed, aka LOL Rubik's, on all socials. Yeah, we're wearing the same exact clothes. We look exactly the same. We're recording this all in one night, but we're breaking it up into 3 videos. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and just get right into it with Venusaur here, Sam. What are your thoughts on Venusaur?
Forgot to
There
share
we
my
go.
flip-flop.
Oh,
Very
wow.
cool. Very cool.
Very nice.
That's
Check it. Yeah. So, Venusaur. Probably is my. It's a creative one for sure. It's probably the most creative, I guess, out of the 3 Gen 1s here. As for like my favorite of it, probably isn't out of the 3. But it's still just such a classic, man. I mean, the tree is fully bloomed. The blossom has fully matured its life cycle. I think you gotta give this A tier, at least.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. I like how they transitioned into this fella. He's pretty ugly in the face, but we're not looking at looks. We're looking at aura strictly now.
Yep.
Yeah, I like what they did with the pink thing he got going up there. I don't know if it's like a mushroom or what, like a weird flattened mushroom above him. But yeah, I like him. He grew a lot in size, and I think A is a good spot for now.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think Venusaur gets overshadowed a lot, especially since his next competitors are Charizard and Blastoise. But Venusaur is still pretty aura-driven Pokemon that designs look great. I mean, he does look a little ugly, but it's not about the cuteness anymore. It's not about the looks. It's about the aura, like Anthony mentioned. So, yeah, I really like his design, especially, and the colors they use with the leaves and his final trunk that he has. Yeah, he's really cool. So I would give him the A tier as well. But Charizard here, Sam. I mean,
Yeah. I know I mentioned classic for the Venusaur, so I gotta go S tier for Charizard. I know it's basic, but he is just such a legend. I mean, he's probably if not, he's one of, if not the most popular Pokemon there is, and I think it is rightfully so. I mean, he's a badass dragon. Obviously an original. His card is the most expensive, like the base set, like he's got the most expensive Pokemon card in the world. For him, like it makes sense. And he's got aura. He's S tier for me.
Yeah, I really like Charizard. He's a staple of Pokemon. Everybody knows him. He finally got his wings. I like what they did with the wings, with the I don't know, like the, I don't know what you call it, dark turquoise inside on those guys. I really like him. He's definitely S, by no surprise.
yeah, I would have to agree. I mean, the aura is there, the iconic stature that he holds in the Pokemon community, and just on top of that, he's just a really cool looking Pokemon. I never really used him growing up because he was always been like the most loved Pokemon, but he's loved for a reason, and yeah, he's definitely S tier, at least S tier. So, moving on. Last but not least, in Gen 1, we have Blastoise here.
Yeah, I think Blastoise is another classic, obviously, out of the Gen 1s. A lot of people's favorites. I definitely really I like Blastoise as a cool turtle design. For sure. I just pulled the not too long ago pulled the Blastoise SIR from the Scarlet and Violet 151 set. So I do have that, and that makes me like him a little bit more now, just because you got that. And I'd say teetering between S and A for him. I don't think he's as good as Charizard, or as loved. I would be fine with either ranking though for him, depending on what you guys say.
Yeah, I really like Blastoise. I like how the They had the little cannons on his shell, so it's not just a boring shell. Got a lot of size to him now. I'm thinking, I don't know, in terms of design, he's not like super insane to look at, but he has a lot of nostalgia to him. I think top end A.
Yeah, I would agree. Top end A, kind of like split with me between Venusaur and Blastoise. They're kind of even. But I really like Blastoise a little bit more. I like his design is really cool. The size of him, the cannons. Yeah, so I really like him here. But yeah, so there goes Gen 1, all in A or S. And moving on, we have Gen 2 and Meganium here, Sam.
Yeah, Meganium. It somehow got worse. You know, I feel like they progressed after Chikorita into Bayleaf. They were moving in a good direction, and then it somehow got worse with Meganium, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this one. I'd have this in C, maybe even D, personally. I mean, I get what they're trying to do with like the flower. It almost looks like they saw what Venusaur did and were like, let's try and do that, but they just did it so terribly comparatively to what they were able to do with Venusaur for the grass type. I'd have this shit in like D, maybe C. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, when you're talking third stage, you're thinking it's gonna look big and badass, and he doesn't really. They should have kept the blade that was going on with the head, did something
Yeah.
with that. Said they added a flower to him, and I don't know if you're allergic to flowers, he might be scary, but he looks like a little cartoon character. I throw him in. Shit, if we're talking fucking like third stage, I might think D, because you're thinking.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think I'm gonna go D here too. Like when you're thinking third final stage Pokemon, you want someone menacing. You want like a motherfucker to like, pull up with. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think Meganium has a little too much curves. He doesn't have enough points to look like he's menacing. He's very the design is very curvy, and it looks like a I don't know. It just looks like a cartoon out of a Dr. Seuss show. So.
He looks like the what's the like baby dinosaur movie?
Yeah, shit. I know exactly what you're talking about.
He looks like that dinosaur.
Yes.
Yeah, he does.
Neck.
He does.
The baby dinosaur.
Wait.
Yeah. What's it called?
Dude, what is it called?
I watched it when I was little.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull this. I look at a dinosaur cartoon and nothing showed
Or
up.
maybe the Backyardigans looks like a little.
Yeah, I think he's like
the main character in
that kind of vibe. I mean, if you
the Land Before Time, the Land Before
Time.
Time.
The Land Before Time.
Yeah.
So like, I understand like a Pokemon trainer is going for like a cute aesthetic Pokemon vibe, then you would go with Meganium. But motherfuckers like us, So nope. Moving on. Typhlosion.
Typhlosion, it is. I think its Hisuian form is much cooler than this one personally. This isn't as bad as Meganium, I don't think. But it's not that great. It's kind of like you guys said. It's not as sharp and like, commanding and auraful as it could be. Except when it roars here, and you kind of do see like those quills. But honestly, I think the second stage again was a little bit better than what we got in the third stage, and I'd have this one in like probably C-ish if I had to assign it.
Okay. What about you, Anthony?
Yeah, I feel like he looks pretty bland. They pretty much all these other evolutions they kind of evolve into something else. There's something else to him, and he just looks the same through every stage. Yep. Yeah, I'd throw him at C based off design. I think he's cool, but
yeah, I give him a C too. I wish they kept like the flame throughout the whole body, like from Quilava, and instead of giving him like a neck
vampire,
like
Dracula.
It's not a horrible look by any means, but like I think it would look a lot cooler if the flames went throughout his body. Or at least did some design like on his stomach area, you know what I mean? But I mean, it's not horrible, but it's not great either. So let's go ahead and move on to Feraligatr.
Yeah, for Alligator, I guess for Alligator probably has the best improvement out of the three from their second stage to their third stage. He kind of looked pretty stupid. In his second stage, he doesn't look as stupid now. I will say that.
Mhm.
But with that being said, I don't think it's like anything great again. It's probably the best out of the three, but again, I'd probably go C tier with it. Over Typhlosion right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. Either high C, low B. I feel like he looks a lot better than he did from the second stage. Second stage just looks so awkward. But again, I really like the colors they got going with him. Everything that's different there. Um, yeah, that's where I'd put him. Probably high C, above Typhlosion.
I think I'd put him low B. Definitely the best looking starter. Out of this generation. He does have a big improvement. Doesn't necessarily have like the greatest design by any means, but it's good enough. It's menacing
Mhm.
enough. He is the starter I usually choose when I play Heart Gold Soul Silver, so I really do like him, but not as much. Overall, this generation though is just pretty buns in my opinion. But I'm fine here with a high C uh, tier for him.
Yeah, we can always bring
Yeah,
him up.
that works.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Of
Yeah.
course. All right, let's move on to Gen 3 and Sceptile here, Sam.
Yeah, I'm a Sceptile fan. Now that I'm looking at it comparatively, since we were just looking at Grovyle, I do think Grovyle is actually a little bit cooler in my opinion. But Sceptile I think is still pretty cool looking. Um, I would have this one in A also, in my humble opinion. I think yeah, it's just pretty cool looking. I like the tail. I like the whatever it's got all over its back, like the eggs or something, or I don't really know what it is.
Seeds, maybe.
Yeah, like,
I don't know.
but it's just creative looking, and I do like it. I probably have it like but maybe bottom of A right now.
Okay.
Out of those.
What about you, Anthony?
Um, I don't know. I feel like the green. The second evolution had a darker green to it. And if it was darker, I'd like it a lot more. It had more shades of green. I don't know. They took away a lot of the pink. It just looks like the same shade of green all over. I really do like his tail, and like Sam said, the yellow seeds or whatever there, the circles, bulbs. I don't know behind him. I'd probably, honestly, I'd probably put him probably behind for alligator, right behind him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so this is where we're all different here. I would have him in the S tier. I really
Wow.
love Sceptile. He's one of my favorite starting Pokemon. I just really love his design. He's very sleek.
Yeah.
The tail is really cool. He looks like he's ready to go. He has that aura to him. Yeah, I mean, I think he's one of the cooler looking starter Pokemon. But we can come to an arrangement here. So you had him here, Sam. Anthony had him here, and I had him here.
We can put him at Sam since you guys have two
Okay.
higher.
That'll work for me.
That works. That
Yeah.
works.
Yeah, that works here. All right, let's just move on. Blaziken here.
Yeah, Blaziken's cool. I think it's definitely the coolest of its three stages for sure. He had a huge jump from Combuskin, because Combuskin really looked like he was 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 struggling through puberty for sure. And things did at least come together a little bit. For this, I would have Blaziken probably in B tier though. Right now, I think he's cool. He's cool like a flick. What is he? He's fighting in fire, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I really like the approach to that typing, and just with his design and how it looks. He's got aura now for sure. I don't think it's on par with Sceptile per se, but yeah, I'd say B for him.
Yeah, I like him at B. I don't know. I find it so weird that he was a chicken. I don't know how that like he doesn't look like a chicken at all, which I think is odd. Which I'm not gonna include that in my ranking, but yeah, I think B or I'm just gonna pretend Sceptile isn't there. Yeah, B. Because I'm gonna try to put him ahead of him, but or else I'm throwing everyone above him.
Yeah, I'm honestly not really a big fan of Blaziken as a whole. He's not necessarily a bad-looking Pokemon per se, but I've just never been a big fan of him. I would have him behind Feraligatr at the C tier here, but this is fine to make a compromise into the B tier. Yeah, so let's go ahead and move on. Last but not least is Swampert from this generation. What do you think here, Sam?
Yeah, I'm not a huge Swampert fan. I think he's probably my least favorite out of the three, personally. Comparatively to the C tier, though, right now, I still think he's probably better than both of those, at least.
Mm-hmm.
So I would probably have him, like, maybe be underneath Blaziken for now. He just doesn't blow me out of the water, with no pun intended there. But he doesn't really blow me out of the water with his design, to be completely honest here. And yeah, I think he's the worst out of the three, but still respectable. I've got him better than like Feraligatr and Typhlosion from Gen 2, personally.
What do you think here, Anthony?
Yeah, he I don't know. Nothing too crazy going on with him. He doesn't look super scary. Um, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Mudkip's evolutions. I might throw him below Feraligatr, maybe below Typhlosion, really. Down in C.
Yeah,
I'm
so
fine with below Feraligatr, but
I would have him
I don't know.
above
Go on, Nick.
Blaziken. I like him more than Blaziken. I actually kind of like his design. He kind of looks like a goofball, but at the same time, like, the design is pretty cool in my opinion. But we can come up with a
I think right there would be good, right behind Blaze.
Yeah,
Be the
okay.
median.
okay, yeah, that'd be perfectly fine. Yeah,
that
so
works. That works.
Swampert behind Blaziken in the B tier, and let's go ahead and move on to Gen 4 with Torterra.
Yeah, Torterra, it's a creative, cool idea. But I don't know. It doesn't strike fear into my into my heart. Or I don't really feel the aura from it, to be completely honest. It's creative. It's a creative design for sure. But as for the actual Pokemon itself, I'm not a huge fan of it here. I'm thinking again, maybe C, to be completely honest. Maybe high end of C, low end of B here for me.
Okay. What do you think here, Anthony?
I actually really like Torterra. If you're looking, he looks similar to Venusaur, and I think he looks better than Venusaur. So I would actually throw him up there right behind Blastoise personally. I like the whole thing he got going on his back, the tree with his shell. Looks like shell. There's some stone on it now. Oh, I really like him. I put him up right behind Blastoise, maybe even ahead of it. That's
Yeah. I'm gonna have to side with Anthony here. I really like this design. Sam said that he didn't really get fear from Torterra. I have to disagree with that. I think he's a very menacing looking Pokemon. The big tree on his back with the little mountains and spikes there. And he's just a really cool design. And I agree with Anthony. He's a better looking Venusaur, if I have to put it, in my opinion. So I would also have him behind Blastoise there in the A tier.
I like Venusaur more though. I like the color scheme of Venusaur. I think I like the contrast between like the teal and then it goes into the green and then it's like that peachy reddish color.
Uh-huh.
I don't get that from Torterra in terms of design and whatnot, but I respect the if you guys like the menacingness of it, I can agree, or agree to disagree.
We can come up with how about like behind Venusaur in the A tier?
Yeah, I'll give him right. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Behind Venusaur in the A tier.
fine.
He's just so badass. Look at him.
Yeah,
Bro.
he's just a really cool looking Pokemon.
His shiny's stupid though.
Oh,
It's so dumb.
That's for a different tier list, maybe one day.
Oh, we do shiny starters tier list all over again.
All right, moving on. Infernape.
This is definitely probably the best of his stage as well. I think they did a good job with making him move along through the evolution stages. He's got aura. He's got fire hair, which is cool. I like that. He's got like some armor, almost like shoulder pads and whatnot. He looks like he's ready to fuck some shit up, to put it bluntly. And I do like that with this design here. He's fire and fighting as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's the question is this like a better rendition of it than Blaziken? For me, the two are pretty similar. I'd probably say this is a little bit better, but I would have it like next to Blaziken. Because
Okay.
like they're pretty similar like concepts of the two of them, and yeah, that's what I would say.
Where they
Bro,
changed
do you
it.
have a shiny Chimchar? I'm looking at it for it shiny. It's fucking sick.
Is it sick? I don't think I have one.
It's pretty cool.
Let me look it up.
But
What do you think here, Anthony?
I don't know where Nick is on this, but I put this top of this. I really like his design. All the colors going on with him. Like Sam said, the fire hair, and you got the damn armor plates. He just looks badass, and I feel like they transitioned really well into him. But I put him above Charizard, honestly.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty bold, but I have to agree with you again, Anthony. Yes, top of the S is perfect for Infernape. Yeah. But no, he's
You guys
so...
are Gen 4 Glazers, bro.
Look at him!
Look
Look
at
at him though!
Okay, yeah, we are Gen 4 Glazers.
The design here is
We
just
are
so
top
good, though.
scholars here at the
Like
Pokemon realm.
Blaziken's so like
Bland. Blaziken is
and then you
bland.
got
And
fucking
Infernape, he has the armor.
He
He has the hair that's
dude,
flaming.
the blue in like his
Dude.
hands, and then
Sam, tell me he doesn't look like a crash out waiting to happen, bro. He's just like crash out, but you know he'd be winning
Yeah, but
fights.
he's hanging with Charizard, bro. Charizard is the GOAT.
They
goat
Okay, just
Pokemon.
because Charizard's the GOAT doesn't mean there can be another GOAT.
he looks
And
design wise, I think he looks better.
Plus, he's a monkey. I don't really fuck with monkey designs. Like they
I
don't
know,
they
I
don't
know you don't, but
they don't
like
get me excited as much.
Maybe
Like they don't
this
give badassery to me as much.
maybe this also has to do something. But when I watched the shows, his storyline was so good. So and
Yeah, I didn't watch.
so I have a nostalgia with Infernape.
I do
But
too. I have nostalgia with
he's just-
Torterra and Fernape and Napoleon, but I'm just saying, like the
He just
design they
looks so
did for
cool.
this gen, like the design they did.
I'd be
so
willing to put
strange.
him behind Charizard, but still in the S.
Yeah, that's fine. I
Still
just
in the
yeah.
S.
I mean, because your majority rules over.
Yeah, so
Never
we can
mind, so that's
compromise there, but yeah, he's just really cool looking. But yeah, okay, let's just move on. Empoleon here, Sam.
Yeah, I don't know. He kind of looks a little awkward compared to the other three. Because you kind of like have an idea of like what you're doing. I do like the crown. The crown is badass, for sure. But like I don't know. It looks like his like fins or arms or whatever are a little bit too big for his body in a little bit. But other than that, I do think it's a cool design. I think it's a cool rendition of like a penguin, like completing the evolution stage again, kind of similar to what I was saying with Infernape. Yeah, I'd have this one. I mean, yeah, I just can't put it over Sceptile for me personally. So I mean, I'm gonna throw it in B again. I'm sure you guys are gonna put this higher than me as well. But
Yeah, go ahead, Anthony. Just
I just can't put it over Sceptile.
Personally, I'd put this ahead of Venusaur, but like behind Torterra. But see, it's not set up like that. I don't know. They really switched well from that second evolution because Primplup looked pretty dumb, and then they went ahead and added all this black. He has the crown. I think he looks really cool. It kind of looks like he's wearing a tuxedo, honestly. But I'd throw him at least A. If preferably ahead of Sceptile, but if consensus can decide what side, but I'd throw him definitely up there.
yeah, for me, I mean, this is a no-brainer. Top S tier Pokemon for me. He's my favorite starter. out of every generation in Pokemon. I've been rocking with Empoleon since day one. I really, 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 really love his design. I think the Trident is really cool. And then his
Yeah, that Trident's the coolest part about it.
Yeah,
That is dope. The Trident crown is fucking sick.
I think his typing is really unique to water and steel. You don't really see that typing all too much. And his wings, I like the sharpness of them. Yeah, I really like his design, but we can compromise here.
I'd throw him ahead of Venusaur, honestly.
Yeah, probably to compromise.
Okay.
So we're kind of at like Nick's at
That area.
S. I'm at like I guess mine would be like bottom, top B. Yeah, top B.
I had him like mid A.
Mid A. So I mean, yeah.
All right, yeah, that'll work here. All right, let's move on to Gen 5 here. We're starting over with Superior.
Again, we're back into the generation where I glaze. So I'm gonna go Superior here as A tier. I've got Superior probably right now. I've got it over Sceptile. Well, yeah. I guess from what it's got in here right now, I'd have it right over Empoleon behind Blastoise personally. Yeah, I don't know, but wherever you guys can put it is where we can adjust if compromise is needed.
I would put it right behind Empoleon, but I would put it ahead of Venusaur and I guess Torterra. I like the design they have, the gold that it's more of a that runs through his body, and now he's an actual snake. He ain't got those little legs. I like the design they have for him. They got the 2 shades of green still, and has that I don't know what you call that collar going on.
Yeah,
I thought right behind Empoleon.
Kind of everything that you said, Nick, like when you're discussing the second stage in the last video, is like it just improved upon with this one, in my opinion. Like aura that it has.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I really like its design. It has so much aura to it. It's very elegant looking. The design on its body is really cool, and like the kind of like collar it has from its skin is really cool. I think I would have it right behind Empoleon though. We're talking this A tier list. Anthony said it was behind Empoleon as well, and just above Venusaur.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, I think it's really cool though. I mean, yeah, if Empoleon was S, we had Empoleon S top, then I'd probably push in S. Honestly,
I feel like Blastoise needs a slip behind those two.
Yeah, honestly, I mean,
yeah, I can go with that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Those top 4 are real good.
Yeah,
I like those top 4. They all
yeah. Those top 4 are like difference makers. Okay, moving on. We have Emboar. Let's just get this one out of the way.
Yeah, this shit is ass as well, man. Yeah, it's just so crazy how they can cook with the other 2 designs, and then just really drop the ball here with Emboar. It looks like I don't know what's it kind of looks like Magby's final stage evolution.
Yeah,
but like it doesn't do that job well at all. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a fan of this one. I'd say like we're D knocking on the door of F here. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if it's worse than Meganium. But what do you guys think?
I don't know. He is pretty. I think his final stage is a lot better than the second stage.
Yeah, like it's not as the egg.
Yeah. The second stage they picked it up a lot. I'd probably put it right above Typhlosion because there's a lot more going on with that dude, and
yeah, it's a little bit more complex.
Typhlosion is pretty bland and
it's just a blob.
But it's so weird that it went from Tepig to this. Like that's the weird part. But if you're going off like design, I think he does look better than Typhlosion.
Yeah.
I think I would have him above Meganium, but behind Typhlosion. At least Typhlosion looks like, in terms of just coolness and aura-ness, I think Typhlosion carries that a little bit more. Whereas Emboar does have a lot more design going on to him, but just because he has more design doesn't necessarily mean it looks good. But yeah, but he's not my favorite at all. So I don't really like design in general. I'm fine leaving him here in the high D.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Let's last but not least in this generation, we got Samurai. What do you think here, Sam?
Yeah, this is my favorite in the entire Pokemon series. I have this one top of S over Charizard. I know I said you can't put anything over that legend, but this is my this is my exception to it. I'm sure you guys are gonna are gonna agree with me on that. But I just think it's so badass. It's like a samurai Pokemon. I think the whiskers are sick or whatever, like the almost mustache looking whiskers. It looks like samurai armor, like along the sides of the arms. I think it's such a cool like the sword on the top. It's badass. It's one of my favorite designs for a Pokemon out of any of them. So for me, I've got this top of S. I'm curious what you guys think.
Yeah, what do you think here, Anthony?
No, I think he's real cool. He was probably my favorite from that gen, the third evolution. I really like what they did with the shell on top. And I don't know, he just looks like a underwater master. I would throw him I'd probably put him right in front of Superior, honestly.
Okay.
Right behind Napoleon.
Yeah, so growing up, when I played Black and White, I actually used Samurai all the time because I thought he was the coolest back then. But I think as I've grown up, I've started to dislike his design a little bit. Just kind of looks awkward. His body's a little big, and then his neck kind of gets small. His face is kind of small, but I think the helmet's pretty cool. His armor's pretty cool. The colors are pretty cool. I like the whiskers. I think his Sway-in form looks better. I think I would have it high B tier above Blaziken.
Yeah.
So Sam has it here, you have it here, and then I have it here. What's
We could just throw it where I'm at, or
Yeah.
Because
I can do
Sam
that.
had like top S.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, that works. That works.
Okay.
I do think he looks better than like Blastoise. He has the fucking like OG-ness, but I don't know, like Torterra and those top five.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. We're gonna have to do some rearranging later, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah, I
But
think so as well.
let's just keep rolling here. Generation 6, we have Chestnut. Oh, what do you think, Sam?
Chestnut. That's why I kept saying Chestnut.
Yeah, that shit is mid. I need to pull up a bigger picture of him though. I mean, before I completely say that. But yeah, I just don't really know what they were going for here. He's like I don't know. He doesn't really look like menacing, really. He's kind of just like standing there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have this. Let me say, I don't know if it's as bad as like it might be worse than Meganium, honestly. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'd say like D or F, somewhere in there.
He's definitely towards the bottom with those three. I like how he like his design isn't bad, which I don't think any of these really are. But I don't know. It's just the route they took was pretty weird. I don't know. Did he even have white in his last one?
Yeah, it's weird.
know.
Like, no.
He's very odd. I don't know. He just looks like he's wearing like a shell. I don't know. I would throw him. Yeah, I'm fine with him at the very bottom, honestly. Just those three of them. I don't care for really.
Yeah, this is hard for me. I might throw him in F because I don't know what the hell they were thinking with just his line of evolutions in general, but he's just a stupid looking Pokemon. And when he's in this final evolution, I guess he kind of looks a little bit menacing, but he's like overly sized. His arms are really long. His legs are super long. Yeah, so I would have him. Ooh. Yeah, I would have him F tier, honestly, but it's up to you guys here.
That's fine. Let's put him. Yeah.
Let's
There's
put
gotta
him
be
in
some
F. Yeah, for the diversity. Sit here.
We might bump up later. There's some weird ones.
Yeah, no, there is. We'll get to that. But let's go ahead and get Delphox here up next.
Delphox.
Yeah, I like Delphox. It's cool. It's a cool spin on fire. I love the shiny. The shiny actually looks really cool. It's like purplish red. But as for this one specifically, I think it's cool. I like the stick that was kind of introduced in the last one, and now it's like using it as like a torch. Yeah, it's really creative. I really like Delphox. I think it's got like that. It's almost like a I don't know how to describe it, but it's like a sorcerer's like aura, almost, because it's not like a strong Pokemon that it's like looks like it's gonna beat your ass, but it looks like it'll outsmart you like a fox. So I think it
Right.
really fits into that character well. And yeah, I think Delphox is a really cool design. For me right now, I'd probably have this shit an A tier, probably maybe above I guess above Blastoise for now.
Okay. Anthony, what about you?
I would. Ooh, I definitely have it behind. I'm thinking a low A, high B. I put it behind Torterra for sure, and then it's kind of around Sceptile and Blaziken. I think it's better than Blaziken. Maybe right before Sceptile or maybe right before Sceptile in my eyes. So either above Blaziken and B or right below Sceptile.
Yeah, so I'm not like a super big fan of this to where it's as good as these A tier kind of players here. I would have him in B tier right above I'd honestly have him B tier right behind Swampert, honestly.
Yeah.
So
I'm around that whole area. Like, I'd probably do above Blaziken, and it's probably because it has a lot more going on than Blaziken. Blaziken's a little bland compared to it, and then Sceptile.
Yeah. Okay, so Nick's got a bottom B, Anthony's got a top B. I'm gonna adjust mine. I'd say it's probably low-key behind Blastoise and Venusaur, so I've got it like near-ish, bottom A-ish. So
Okay.
maybe we just compromise, put it top B right here.
Yeah. All right, that's perfectly fine.
Okay.
A is getting a little crowded, anyways.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to
Yeah.
move shit around.
Yeah. Definitely.
But let's just move on. Greninja here. How about you, Sam?
Yeah, Greninja's kind of the goated one. It's pretty popular Pokemon. It's in like Super Smash Bros. I know it has I haven't seen the anime, but I know it like Ash uses Greninja a lot. And it plays a pretty significant role in that. And rightfully so. I do think the design is pretty cool. It's like a ninja frog, which I think is a cool idea. It definitely looks worlds better than I think its first and second stage evolutions did. Some people are a little grossed out by like the tongue scarf, but I think it's kind of like creative. Yeah, I think it's kind of cool and creative, and like plays into like the frog, like because frogs like fucking stick their tongue out long and eat flies and shit. So he's like using that as like, yeah, I think it's a cool design for a Pokemon. As for how this one stacks up here, I'm gonna say I'd probably have this like right behind Venusaur, maybe in the A tier. Maybe honestly, maybe bottom A tier, which probably should just be top B because we have so much in the A tier right now. So, I don't know. For the sake of weighing, put it bottom A for me right now, and then we'll see what you guys do. You know what I mean? Just to see like how our opinions stack up. But yeah.
Yeah, I really like the colors they have going on with Greninja, and then his shiny is real cool, which I'm not gonna factor that in, but
Yeah.
I would go as far as putting him in front of Sceptile. I really like what he's got going on there, and I not have Torterra, but right in front of Sceptile is where I'm thinking.
Yeah, for me, I think he's just one of the goats. His design just so sick. He's one of those like aura merchant, nonchalant, dreadhead kind of vibe. So I would have him. I would have him near the top of the A. If we're talking about this list, probably behind Superior and in front of Samurott. So we can come up with a median here. So Sam had him behind him A. Anthony had him here. I had him here. Would it be
So
like...
maybe we put him like
Either
maybe in between Blastoise and Venusaur, or like.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, we could do behind Blastoise.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Okay.
All right,
Like it.
moving on to the next gen is Decidueye.
Yeah, this is definitely the coolest out of the Rowlet again. Definitely improved a lot, but it's nothing to write home about, to be honest. I mean, he's sticking his hand out, kind of like the second stage one.
Wing.
I do like the typing's kind of cool. It's Grass and Ghost.
Yeah,
so I
that
think
is
that's
cool.
a little unique, which I think is is pretty cool. And I think the design kind of plays into that. But as for like aura and legendary, like how it looks, it's nothing to write home about, like I said. And I'd probably put this one like maybe above like for Alligator per se. Yeah, but probably still in the C tier.
Yeah, I agree with Sam right where it's at. Does look a lot better. It got a lot better than Rowlet. Came a long way from that guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But looks like I don't know. I really like Halucha. He looks like Halucha.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I think right there's a good at C for me.
I think this is perfectly fine too. Yes, I was thinking high C as well. I think the design is fairly good. I like the kind of hood he has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool. Now, overall, I think it's like a good design, but not like a great design by any means.
Yep.
But I think it gets the job done. I
Minimal
think,
impact.
yeah, I think it's pretty solid. But yeah, let's move on to Incineroar here.
I think this one took a kind of a weird turn. They could have gone another direction with this one. I think from what they saw in the first two stages, it kind of looked like it was gonna be like a badass cat, and then he just kind of all of a sudden turns into like a muscular furry. And it's just a weird, a weird direction I think that they took Incineroar in. So I think it probably got kind of worse in my opinion. Yeah, I think as for design, like I do tip the creativity, but as for like pound for pound design, I think Decidueye is still better. As for stacking up to the rest of them, I don't think it's like D tier bad. I might have, I don't know. I'd probably guess I'd have it next to Decidueye, like right behind it in C.
Okay.
Yeah, like Sam said, I didn't like the turn they took there. I wish it was like a on four legs and this big ass like panther looking
Oh yeah,
fire
that'd
cat.
be cool.
But they
Yeah.
decided to go with this, like Sam said, buff furry. So, I would throw him either high D or behind a Typhlosion bottom C.
Yeah.
I think I would
fine
throw
with that,
him
yeah.
high D. I don't really like the turn they took here either.
Yeah, it's definitely better than 4.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, it's supposed to be like resemble like a wrestler, a cat
Yeah.
kinda. So it's just a weird
Is fire
turn.
fighting as well?
Fire
Is
dark.
what?
It's fire dark.
Fire dark. Okay.
Dark.
Because if it was firefighting, people would have flipped out because they had like 3 firefighting in a row.
Yeah.
And people were getting sick and tired of that. So but yeah. I don't really like his design. It's just too muscular in my opinion. But I'm fine with a high D here.
Yeah, they missed the opportunity to make it like this fucking panther fire cat.
Yeah,
I
or
agree.
is like a
Missed opportunity for sure.
Yeah.
Ants.
But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to Primanera here.
Hell,
Okay. Let
Primanera.
me look.
Primarina. Primarina.
Primarina.
Sorry.
I want to pull this up bigger.
Primarina.
Yeah, again, like I literally haven't looked at all. I don't know why I've never looked at this Poplio line.
You don't
But-
catch them.
I guess not. I missed
don't either.
the community day for it. like we weren't playing when that happened, so missed out on that. This is a very elegant looking Pokemon for sure,
Yeah.
but I don't think it gives again like what I'm looking for in a stage 3 stage 3 Pokemon. I think this Pokemon would potentially like try to fuck me. If anything, it looks like a mermaid. It looks like the mermaids.
What?
It gives me the vibes of like the mermaids
Damn, that's
underneath the water that try to pull pirates in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
I know what you mean.
try to seduce me and then kill me. That's the vibes I get from it. That's just not what I'm looking for in a stage 3 starter evolution. But I don't think it's as bad as some of the other ones, especially later on down the list when we get there. But yeah, I'd put it maybe better than Meganium here, better than the Boar, right around Incineroar, I guess.
Okay. What do you
Either
think,
way.
Anthony?
It's D tier for
D
me.
tier for sure for you?
Uh,
It can
yeah,
change.
in between C and D.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, whatever.
We'll make that
Let me see what you
decision.
guys say.
Yeah.
I like where it is, kind of just that whole area, somewhere there. I don't know. It's not scary and badass by any means. Just, oh no, after I see this guy, I'm not picking up Poplio as my starter if I'm playing the game. It's just very weird. I'm not a fan of it. I'd keep it. I'd probably keep it there. I don't know. I'd probably put it behind Magnemium.
Meganium?
Yeah. Yeah. Fonzie.
I'm keeping that in, Anthony. I'm not. I'm not editing anything.
Oh, that's
so
all right.
people are gonna hear
Do a
that.
voiceover. Just do a voiceover. Me saying it. Over and over
Meganium.
again.
1 cup knockout.
Yeah. So, Primarina. Yeah. If I'm deciding between the Pokemon, I think I'm taking Primarina second out of the 3. I think I like it better than Incineroar. Like Sam said, it definitely has an elegant vibe to it. It's just not that great. It's not the execution really isn't there. It kind of looks like how he said, like one of those mermaids that try to kill you. But I would have him in front of Incineroar, so I think this would be perfectly fine if we had to compromise.
Yeah.
behind Incineroar. Or even
Yeah, that
behind
works.
Embor, whatever. Either way, it doesn't matter to me. They're all D tiers relatively the same for me
Yeah.
at least. Let's just
Yeah.
all right. Let's just go ahead and move on to the new generation. Gen 8, Gen 9 is where I am absolutely lost.
Yeah,
So,
same.
This is
Yeah,
Rillaboom, Grass
How do you
type,
spell
How
that?
do you spell this?
Rilla, and Boom. Rillaboom.
Rillaboom. I got it.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's
Who'd this
again,
come
like
from?
I said, I'm not a big
Is
monkey
this
guy.
Grookey? Is this
Yeah, that's
Grookey?
Grookey.
Yeah, this is Grookies.
I
This is
see.
Grookies. I'm not a big monkey guy. This is more of like a gorilla. Hence the name, but still, I'm not really feeling the aura. It may just be because as we get towards the more recent ones, they haven't become classics yet, and we're old heads. We're on status.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nothing to write home about. I'd probably put this one in C though, because I do think it's probably better than the majority of the ones remaining. No, but behind Typhlosion for sure. It's not on. Maybe top D just because it's not on that level, like of classicness with the others that are in C. But yeah,
Okay.
that's where I'd have it.
What about you, Anthony?
I agree. Either C behind Typhlosion or right there in front of Incineroar. I think that looks better. I don't know. I kind of like the monkeys that they have, and once it's actually all fully evolved, he looks a lot better than he did the last 2. But it's also
Yeah,
still
definitely.
Yeah.
still, I like the grass they have going on, but it's still a little bland. They have a little orange in there, which helps But yeah, I'd keep it either bottom C or top D.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do bottom C here. Yeah, the design is okay. Um, I really actually I like the kind of gorilla form they took with him. It's a little bit different from the other monkey starters that we see. But overall,
Mhm.
yeah, I think the design is relatively bland, but it's not horrible by any means. I don't think it's as bad as Incineroar or Primanera. But yeah, I'm fine with a low C here if everyone's fine with a low C.
Works with me.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Let's move on to Cinder Ace. The the Pokemon that I said that looked like
Yeah.
Sam.
Yeah.
Previous two evolutions here.
Yeah, I do like him. I think I don't like the outfit as much. I think the second stage is my favorite out of it all.
Yeah.
I've got it pulled up here to my left. I do think the second stage was my favorite out of them, but I do like this. I think this one I'd throw in B tier somewhere. Yeah, I just like him. He's kind of for the same reasons that we were talking about the other one. We went on a I went on a long-winded tirade on my reasoning for that, and it kind of all applies for this one still. Get the same vibes from him, but as for like the design, it is a little bit worse in my opinion. But yeah, I think it's still a respectable one. I'd probably have it, yeah, maybe bottom of B or so.
Okay. What about you, Anthony?
I don't know. It looks kind of weird looking. Looks like I'd see it on like a cereal box.
Dude,
Um, I put it.
Pro,
I don't know. What did the other one look like? Did it change a lot?
it did. Like the other one had like the mask, remember?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I like this one a whole lot. Um, I'd probably put it below Typhlosion, right below Typhlosion.
Okay, I think I have it where Sam has it. I think it's not like horrible, but it's a good design. I really like the white though that they used instead of using red. That they used white as
Yeah.
primary color. If I had to choose a starter out of this group here, I think it would be Cinderace. I think he looks strong and he has some aura to him. But like you guys mentioned, I like his predecessors a little bit more. But I'll be here with a low B or high C.
Word. Well, I guess we go high C then to compromise.
Yeah, we could just say top C.
Yeah, that'd be perfectly
Word.
fine. All right, Inteleon up next. Last starter for this generation.
Yeah. This definitely is the best out of his three, but he still looks real. He looks like that motherfucker Randall from Monsters Inc., bruh.
Yeah, it does.
He does.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. He's plotting something, and it ain't something good. And yeah, he ain't as bad as the first ones were, but he definitely got, not a whole lot better. I'd have this guy probably D tier, either top D or maybe right behind Incineroar.
Sorry. My dog.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Okay. What about you, Anthony? Sorry for that little scare there.
Well,
but yeah.
I'm confused as fuck. Oh, anyways. I'd probably throw what?
What? Wait, you guys didn't hear that?
I heard something. It just sounded like
Oh, you did?
muffled.
Oh, you didn't hear it? Oh, my dog
Yeah.
went crazy barking.
Oh,
Oh, no, it filtered it out.
Oh,
yeah,
wow. Oh,
it
I'm
just
surprised.
sounded like it was like muffling around. I was so confused. It probably was too loud. Yeah, like
Yeah.
Anyways, I'd probably throw this guy. He just ain't cooking, bro. I'd put him top F, maybe bottom D. Weird looking, bro.
Yeah, no, I fucking hate this fucking Pokemon and his evolutions. This is probably my least favorite Pokemon in evolution. He looks so fucking stupid, like
Bro,
from
like, that
his
ain't no
fucking sad
starter.
ass first evolution to his emo second stage, and now he's like a
Mischievous.
wannabe like stupid
Tough guy.
looking, yeah, and he's super skinny, bro. It looks like you can break his fucking neck with one fucking
It's like a
finger.
very ass Greninja.
Yeah, so I have him bottom F.
Fair enough. What'd you do, Anthony? You put him top F?
Yeah. Or just
Let's just
F
put
in
him-
general.
Yeah, let's put him F somewhere. I was being generous because the Randall shit is hilarious, but
Top F is fine.
He definitely got better. The thing is, he got better. It's
yeah, that's why I was trying to be a little bit nicer.
But that's not saying much because the other two are so
Yeah.
ass.
Yeah.
No. All right, let's move on to the last gen here. We have Meowscarada.
Yeah, Meowscarada I think is the best out of its three. Again, seems to be a common three. I think that line is just probably the best. As for stacking up towards the rest of them, I don't think it really hangs with the bees for the most part. I probably gotta put this one in like C somewhere, maybe. It could go. I don't think it's better than the bunny. I don't think it's better than the Decidueye. It could go anywhere else in C though for me.
Okay, what about you,
like-
Anthony?
I like where you just plopped it right there.
Yeah.
I like the colors that she's got going on. She also has some white in there with the real dark green and again with the pink. I like
And
it.
this is cool typing. It's grass and ghost too, I think. Grass and
Oh, sweet.
dark, I think.
Yeah,
That's dope.
I
Definitely
really,
took a better route than
Yeah.
the Incineroar.
I think this is definitely the best out of the three. It's a really cool design. I like the how Anthony when he mentioned the different shades of green. I like the dark green. You don't really see that much dark green in the other grass type Pokemon. And I think it's a pretty cool design overall. I mean, especially for the newer gens. If I had to choose a starter Pokemon, it definitely would be Meowscarada, or however
Yeah.
the hell you pronounce the damn name. But this is a perfect.
Yeah,
place. This is a perfectly fine place for me as well. Let's go ahead and move on to Skeledirge.
Skeledirge. Got better, I think, a little bit from its second stage as well. But not a whole lot better. I do like kind of the markings or whatever on its nose and the top of its head. I think that's pretty cool looking. But as for the rest of it, I guess like the flames that it's breathing. That's a cool design. But yeah, as for the rest, nothing to write home about here. I'd have this one maybe top D or so. Maybe over Incineroar.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely have it over Incineroar. I don't know. I like the fire. The design of it is better than those before it. I might throw it ahead of Grookey's highest, but
Yeah, I might as well too.
maybe right before Typhlosion. I like how they threw
Yeah.
purple in there. Lost some points for losing the sombrero. But, I it's not horrible. It's got me second thinking the community day this weekend.
Yeah.
I don't really like the design as much as you guys do. I think it kind of looks awkward. I don't really like the fire looks awkward as well coming out of his snout and like his mouth kind of looks like overgrown sideburns a little bit. I would have him top F.
Oh,
Wow.
I don't like the design. Compromise.
Maybe top D again, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, that were right before Incineroar either were.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. Top D. That worked for me. All right, let's move on to the last starter here with Quaquaval. Quaquaval.
What the?
Found it. It's
Quaquaval.
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 This
Hell no.
this kind of gives me Anthony. Who's the guy you play in Super Smash Bros? He kind of looks like him.
Falco?
Yeah, he kind of looks like Falco, bro.
Disrespect on Falco's name.
Dude, he does. Tell me I'm not tripping.
Yeah, I mean, he does a blue bird.
Yeah, I mean,
Look up
like,
Falco.
he-
Put a
pro.
Falco. I mean,
He does. He looks like him, bro. Nick, pull up a picture of Falco for this video.
Let's see if Falco looks like Quaquaval.
nah, Falco got fucking
He does.
drip. No,
Yes,
Falco's
he
got drip. No.
does.
Yeah, maybe he fucking went trans.
What?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm never using him again.
I don't know. I think
And
this. I
versus,
think
like, Duck in like dancing clothing. Was that jewelry?
I mean, Quaquaval definitely got better. I think, in my opinion, than what it was initially. But not much better by any means. I personally think this is the worst of the three. Of the Gen 9 ones, I've got this probably maybe right behind Incineroar. Out of them all. No, honestly, maybe behind the Mermaid and just above Embor, or however you say it.
Okay, what about you, Anthony?
I'm definitely going. I'm going F, top F. It looks like Donald Duck. That's the better comparison with little mariachi. I don't know what to call it. Shit, I don't know. It's going to some ball or something. I don't know. That's
Yeah,
what I got.
I'm gonna go. I would have to go top F it too. I do not like the design whatsoever. Just doesn't look appealing. It doesn't look threatening. I wouldn't want it on my team at all, at any cost. But we can compromise for you, Sam. We can put a low D.
No, I think we should just go F because we have like nothing in there right now.
Okay.
We have to rearrange now.
Yeah, we can. Let's rearrange here
Yeah.
now. I think
Okay.
there's too many in A. I think. And
What if we take top three from A, put it S?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm down.
So like that.
And then
Maybe Septile down. Or I don't know if you guys. We could keep May.
I think. Oh.
maybe move like
The bunny.
maybe Meganium and maybe. Yeah, I guess we could move the bunny up maybe.
If you don't want to move it on
B?
Septile.
B. Meganium down to F. Top F.
Maybe Meganium down to F, top F.
Yeah.
I think that looks better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so too.
Looks more symmetrical.
Yeah, evens things out a little bit.
Yeah. I like
Word.
that. Those top 5 I feel like are very good. I personally those are my top 4 with Torterra, but
Let's all right. So there's the rearrange of the final stage of the Pokemon. Before we end the video, we are going to go ahead and go through some of the variants that they have, such as Megas and Hisuians. Let's just start off with Mega Venusaur. Sam.
I don't understand. Like, what are we doing here? Like,
So
just-
I guess as we put it in, like, just give me your thoughts, and as we put it in, we can
we'll
rate
just give
them
our thoughts and
if
throw
they're
them
better.
in.
or
Okay.
worse.
yeah, I think the Venusaur one is cool. I like how they just kind of expanded on like the tree and the shrubbery there. I think there's like some facial markings that change as well on the front of it. So yeah, I think it's cool. Yeah, I guess it gets better.
Okay.
Yeah. I think all these are gonna be cool. There's not much to say with Venusaur. He looks I got a bigger one on the side so I can see it better, but yeah, the tree on his back, it looks like it's a tree now. I'm not sure. It looks like it got up higher and they add more pink to his face. He has like a petal or something. But yeah, he looks pretty sweet.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's just like a good step up from its final evolution. It's cool looking. Yeah, there's nothing else much to say. I think it does a good job as a Mega, as the way it looks. Let's go ahead and move on to Mega Charizard X, though, Sam.
I think X is probably the cooler one. I know in Pokemon Go, Y is the statistically better one that you're
Mhm.
supposed to do. But I do think X looks cooler, so I kind of wish it was the other way around. But I think both of them, just to discuss them both here in one go, I think both of them have pretty significant aura. But the blue color change is pretty badass for Charizard. So yeah, I think it's dope.
Yeah, with Mega Charizard X, I really like what they do with that. It looks like he's got like it looks like a shiny Pokemon when it's just his
Yeah.
Mega.
Yeah.
I like how they changed the fire blue. I really like it when flames are blue on Pokemon. And I like how they made him black and they got uh yeah, well, definitely ahead of Venusaur, Mega Venusaur in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I think it had a Mega Venusaur. He looks really, really cool. He does look like a shiny variant. One thing I will say as we get into Y though is I like how Y they changed his design a little bit more. But for X, I think the colors really work out perfectly. The blue fire is really cool, and then his black body. Yeah, he's one of the coolest looking megas in my opinion. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to Mega Charizard Y here.
Yeah, like I said, I do think this one's cool as well. Yeah, I like how it almost looks like taller. Like he looks like taller in this one more so,
Mm-hmm.
than like his base form does. Like he's got a longer neck. He's like, I don't know. It's like more sharper of a look. So I like this one. I think it's an improvement as well.
Do you like it
Yeah.
more than X or Y
Oh yeah.
or X?
I like X more.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with the spot that it's at between these three. I like what they did with the wings. They made it more like Sam said, sharper. Um, yeah, I don't know. He just looks much more like sharper. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, right before Charizard X, just because of the shading.
Yeah, one thing about Y for me is that I like the design. It feels like X is both are really cool, I just want to say, but X is I feel like it's more like a shiny, whereas Y is like an actual mega because they changed the design drastically. I think the wings look really cool, how sharp they are. I think his face look really cool. His face looks really cool, and then like his little arms he has.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would still have X over him as well, though, because it just looks so badass with that black and blue color. But Y is, I think, just as good looking too, in my opinion. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on with Mega Blastoise here, Sam.
Yeah, I think this one's dope. I've got this one over Venusaur's. The like, it just literally becomes like a tank, like a turret on a tank. I think that's badass. Um, yeah, I'm a fan of Mega Blastoise's evolution. That's where I've got it right now. Not better than either of Charizard's though.
Yeah, I agree where it's at. Maybe ahead of Charizard Y, but I'm not sure. I really like the big pump they got going on the top for that Hydro Cannon move. Um, yeah, definitely ahead of Mega Venusaur in my opinion, though. But I personally would put it above Charizard Y.
See, I think I would have it behind Mega Venusaur. I'm not really a huge fan of this Mega. I think it's a little bit of a cop out kind of, just adding like just one big gun. But I mean, it's not a horrible design. It looks like it kind of hurting his back too. You know what I mean? It's like slouching,
Yeah,
trying
that's
to hold
true.
that thing up. But
He's not
yeah,
using the right form by any means for
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
squatting
Oh no,
or anything.
no. And then they add like the two mini cannons on his arms, which I actually don't mind that. But yeah, I mean, I'm fine compromising, just putting him there, for the sake of it. Let's just move on here. We got the next Mega Evolutions for the starters is Mega Sceptile here.
I think Sceptile is sick. That tail like
Oh
looks
yeah.
so dope. Um, I've got this one probably over Blastoise. I might put it over. Hmm. I'd be fine with it over or behind Y, but it's up to you guys. But
That's
definitely
kind of
over
where I'm
Blastoise and
at.
Venusaur.
I'm kind of with that. I'd probably put over Y, Charizard Y, Mega Charizard Y. That's probably up there. His tail is sick, and yeah, he just looks super cool.
Yeah. So I think I would have this as the top, but I'm perfectly fine with this as well. I mean, him and Charizard X are like up there for me of like the best. His design is really cool. And like in the game, he's like stood backwards like that menacingly. So like, he never shows his front, and he has his head turned like that, very aura menacing. Yeah, so
Nonchalant,
nonchalant
almost.
kind of vibe. Yeah, so I don't know. He's just a really cool Pokemon, especially his Mega here. So yeah, I'm fine here with behind X and just over Y. Let's go ahead and move on to Mega Blaziken.
I think this one is dope. I love like the fire whisker like things or whatever like attached to his head. I think those look sick. I like his the color scheme on his legs, like the black and then going into the red, I think looks a lot better than the red going into like the yellow and his base design.
Yeah.
So I think that's a really cool improvement. I've got this one probably above Venusaur, above Blastoise. Probably still behind Charizard Y though. But yeah, that's where I put mine.
Yeah, I think he looks a lot better than his normal form. Looking at a picture on the side here, I didn't notice that much change about him, but I can see it now. I would put him over. I like it where he's at. If I went off of what the list looks like right here.
Yeah, I think this is perfect as well. I actually think even though I'm not like a really big Blaziken fan, I think his Mega is actually pretty cool looking. I like the colors. Like Sam said, they took out the yellow, they added in the black. His fire that's flaming out to his side is really cool. Yeah, I think this is a pretty well job done for a Mega here. Yeah, I think this is perfectly fine. Just right before Blastoise, and then right behind Y, I think is a good spot for it. Let's go ahead and move on to Mega Swampert.
This is probably my least favorite one. It just kind of gets bigger, and gets a little bit more shit on top of it, like the ridges or whatever. So I'd probably have this one at the bottom. Yeah, it gets a little bit fatter. I don't know. I don't love this one, to be honest.
I feel like this one has the most drastic change from his normal form, and like Sam said, he just got bigger. But just comparing it to like the Mega that whatever the Mega evolution he undergoes and turns into this guy, he looks a lot more intimidating. I'd say I'd put him. The highest I'd go is probably over Blastoise, but behind Blaziken.
Yeah,
So
I agree with Anthony. Literally, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, I would put him above Blastoise, but behind Blaziken. I think he's design-wise is better than Blastoise in my opinion, and better than Venusaur. But I think he's one of like in that weaker Mega Evolution starters when it comes to ranking them here. So
Fair enough.
throw him behind Blastoise, so it's
Yeah.
like there we
Or
go.
yeah, whatever, that works.
All right. Hisuian Decidui. I was about to like combine those two names.
Hisuian Decidui.
I don't know that this one necessarily gets better, to be honest. I kind of like the aura of the regular Decidui a little bit more. He kind of opens up a bit more in this variant. Are we stacking it up against the Megas, or are we
So we can we can do it just its own separate since it's like its
okay.
own entity.
rank the three of them in order?
Yeah.
Like just at the end there. Yeah. So I mean, just throw it in there. I'll say it's probably not my favorite.
Okay.
I like how it turns red. But all of them change color, but I do like the switch from green to red. It looks a lot different. But yeah, it's nothing crazy. he doesn't have too many changes in his design besides the color, and it looks like he's wearing like a top hat now, like a I don't know what you call that.
Yeah, I like the change of color, especially since he's changing types for this game. I don't necessarily like the design per se. I don't think it's like horrible if it comes down to ranking it between these other two. Yeah, I think he's definitely the weakest link, but he's not like bad per se. I'm just kind of mid, honestly. But let's go on to Hisuian Typhlosion.
Yeah, I think this one's actually my favorite out of the three. I love the purple take on it. I love the kind of change the color as well of like his skin a little bit. Put the little ring around his neck that he didn't have, almost like a necklace of flames. I really like it. I like the design. It's like more like wavy flames instead of just the like sharp flames on his Gen 2 edition. So I actually really like this this out of the three of them.
Yeah, I definitely have it over Hisuian Decidueye. I really like purple. Purple is my favorite color, so that's got me there. And I like the flame animation, like Sam said. I'm not sure yet. I need to look at Hisuian Samurai before I decide which one's better, but definitely the top as of now.
Yeah, I actually like the design too. The purple really looks cool. The purple flames look cool. Yeah, I think, and his typing, I'm pretty sure it's Fire Ghost. So the typing's really cool as well. So yeah, yeah, I think it's a cool take on Typhlosion. I think it really works out well. And if I'm comparing it to regular Typhlosion, I think it looks better as well. So yeah. But let's go ahead and move on to Hisuian Samurai here.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this one in between the two for me personally. I actually like the Gen 5 Samurai form more. I know that might be unpopular, an unpopular opinion, but just I don't know. I like the contrast of like the gold and with the blue, and then how that makes the white mustache look. This I think it kind of blends together a little bit too much, and it's a little more like wavy not in the way that I like with the Typhlosion, almost. So I have it in the second spot behind that Hisuian Typhlosion, but still above the Decidueye personally. It's still a cool design.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard to differentiate the two. I really like how the shell's got darker. I don't know. I think I just like darker colors. But snap. I'll put him ahead of Typhlosion so Nick has to decide.
Yeah, so I personally like, in terms of comparing it to a regular samurai, I like him more. I like the dark blue that they use for his shell actually, and the red accents. I think it makes the red really pop. And I like his whiskers; they get a little bit longer. He looks a little bit more wiser. I agree. I'm not really a big fan of the curve on his top, of his like
So,
unicorn thing. But I like the colors a lot. I really do, and I think I do have him over Typhlosion here as my favorite Hisuian starter. Out of three, but Typhlosion's pretty close up there too as well. So either or would be perfectly fine for me. Last but not least, let's just give our opinions on Ash's Greninja here.
wait, what is this? Is this a whole nother?
This is a whole version of Greninja.
Yeah, so I wonder if this is ever gonna come to like Pokemon Go. But what even is is there a whole lot of design changes with it? Like
Yeah,
the red gets added on the top.
The head changes a bit. The red egg gets added. The
It's that little X on the back of him
Yeah,
or whatever.
the blue changes a little bit, right?
Oh, it's like a shuriken. He's got a shuriken on the back.
Yeah, he has a shuriken on the back.
It's
He's
kind of sick.
He's more of like a ninja-esque kind of vibe.
Yeah, it's a cool upgrade in my opinion. I like what they did with it. Adding a bit of color definitely helps. Yeah, I think it's cool.
Yeah, I just like how they anything with more detail just looks better. So I think it does look better than Greninja itself. But yeah, I never knew this was a thing.
Yeah, I think it looks really cool too. I'm interested to see if they ever add it into like Pokemon Go or something, or
Yeah.
I guess I don't think you could even get it into the game, the actual DS game. So pretty sure it's just a show kind of thing, but it'd be pretty cool. But all right, if you guys don't want to make any changes, there you have it. That is the final stage Pokemon tier list plus the variants. This is the last part of our 3-series video on making Pokemon tier lists. But if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like. I would greatly appreciate that.
Please.
If you want to see more content like this or any NFL related content, hit the subscribe button. Thank you again to Sam and Anthony for making this very long tier list with me. I really appreciate that. If you want to see Sam and Anthony on this channel again, go hit them on their socials. I'll link them down below. And then comment down below that you want to see them on this channel with Nick to make more tier lists or do whatever it may be. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate that. I hope you guys take care, and I'll see you guys next time.